Well, this brings us to our third and final view of how it is that we're saved. What is the way that we come to faith in Jesus? How does the Holy Spirit work out our salvation in this wide sense of sanctification? And in this view, man isn't the actor. Man is the receiver. It doesn't start with man, it starts with God. And man and God don't work together to bring about salvation. God works alone. And so the technical term for this is Divine Monergism, where monergism is a term that means to work alone. Remember, synergism was working together. Monergism is working alone. But it's not man working alone, it's God working alone. It's God doing it all. God initiating it, God completing it, God doing all the work in between that is necessary for it to come to completion. God, the Holy Spirit, working through the whole process of sanctification in its wide sense. Divine Monergism. So in this understanding of how it is that we're saved, it begins with an understanding that original sin has totally corrupted us, that we're actually dead in our sin, that our free will has been destroyed because of sin, and we could never make the choice to believe in God. We may want the things that God offers us. We may desire the things that come along with having a saving relationship with Christ, but we would never choose it. We can't choose it, that we're spiritually dead and the choice is beyond us. So Divine Monergism differs from decision theology and synergism in that it all begins with God. God acts, God takes initiative, and He comes to us. And He meets us where we are. He meets us in sin and death. And this is pictured for us, of course, most vividly in the cross, where God comes and meets us right where we are. We're dead in our sin and our trespasses, and He joins us in death. But then through that death of His, He brings life to us. And so the gift of faith comes to us just as that, a gift. Not anything we've earned or deserved or chosen, but something God has chosen to give to us. He gives us the gift of life when we're dead, and He raises us through faith into a new life with Christ. So faith is there as a gift, and that gift is given by the choice of the giver, and we either receive it and receive with it salvation, or we reject it. And rejecting is really the only thing we can do in our natural state. So if the Holy Spirit's at work in sanctification in its wide sense, He is working in us to receive this gift of faith so that we'll have life and salvation. That's Divine Monergism, God doing it all, God working alone, we being the beneficiaries of God's work